X-Men Apocalypse is the 9th movie in the X-Men franchise and the 4th superhero movie of the year. Are y'all tired of superhero movies yet? Because I know I'm not. So after the events of Days of Future Past, mutants have now gone into hiding. Magneto has started a family in Poland because people know he's from Days of Future Past. Everybody saw him on the TV. Mystique is doing her own thing. And Professor X has finally started the School for Gifted Youngsters. An old version, or these are actually new versions. It's confusing with these timelines. New versions of old characters are coming to the School for Gifted Youngsters for the first time. Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey. And we get to see the younger versions of these characters. Coinciding with this is the rise of Apocalypse. Apocalypse was the world's first mutant. He lived 10,000 years ago. He had kind of a following, and due to some circumstances, he gets buried under rubble for 10,000 years. And when he wakes up, he decides to pull an Ultron. He puts his hand on TV and scans it for information, and after 5 seconds, he decides he wants to destroy the world, just like Age of Ultron. To help him with his plan, he recruits 4 horsemen, and the X-Men have to team up to stop him. So I was actually really looking forward to this movie, and before you say anything, I know I always get disappointed by movies I'm looking forward to, but I actually really enjoyed this movie, and it exceeded my expectations because my expectations got really lowered by the reviews, but it doesn't deserve these bad reviews because I really enjoyed the movie for what it is. The acting overall is phenomenal. James McAvoy kills it as Professor X as usual. Michael Fassbender really shows a new side of Magneto. He's more tortured, like he shows a family side to him. He's more caring, but due to some circumstances, he just completely is drained of all his empathy, and he delivers a fantastic performance in the movie. The new actors do great. It's Ty Sheridan as Cyclops, Alexandra Shipp as Storm. Storm finally has a Kenyan accent, and especially Sophie Turner as Jean Grey. She was phenomenal as Jean Grey, honestly. I'm really excited to see where they go with the Jean Grey character, especially if Sophie Turner keeps playing her, because I think I know where they're going with it. They're probably going to fix X-Men 3. Also, Cody Smith-McPhee as the new Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is probably my favorite X-Men, honestly. I really loved Alan Cummings' performance in X2. Cody Smith-McPhee hasn't surpassed it or anything. Maybe he will in future movies, because he's really good. Oscar Isaac is amazing as Apocalypse. He's probably my favorite comic book portrayal of a villain in quite a while. Like, you can see how much effort he's given in, even though he's covered in pounds and pounds of makeup and rubber for the costume. People talk crap about Apocalypse saying he looks like Ivan Ooze. He doesn't, but whatever, people will say it. But he is a great villain in this movie and a great obstacle for the X-Men to overcome and fight against. The only weak point in terms of acting is Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique, which wouldn't really be a problem, but so much of the movie focuses on her. Like, she almost ruins the movie with her horrible performance. She sandbagged this movie. You can tell she doesn't want to be there. You can obviously tell because she's never blue in the movie. She is tired of that makeup. She's only there for contractual obligation. I hope she's done. Please replace her. Please recast her. Like, Jennifer Lawrence is a fine actress, but she is not Mystique. Evan Peters steers the show once again as Quicksilver. He was one of the best parts of Days of Future Past, and he's one of the best parts of this movie. I really enjoyed his new super speed scene, and his actual reason for him to be there, it's more personal for him. If you know anything about the comic books, you can guess what it is. I really enjoyed this movie, except for a few problems here and there. Like, the movie takes quite a while to get going because it deals with Apocalypse's origin, Apocalypse Rising, recruiting the 4 horsemen, and that takes really long, reestablishing his characters and bringing in the new ones. I feel like it could have been cut down a lot because it takes like over half the movie to really get the plot going before the main struggle is known to the heroes and everybody gets involved. There's also a lot of bad dialogue sprinkled in, mostly from Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. I enjoyed the story. Apocalypse was a good hurdle for the X-Men to fight in this story. And I wish there had been more character development because a lot of characters get shortchanged. Especially, I feel like Apocalypse didn't get enough development. But other than him, the 3 of the Horsemen, Storm, Psylocke, Angel, they're only there for set pieces. Storm's a little better off, but Psylocke and Angel just are completely shafted in the movie. They're just there for special effects. And Apocalypse has one really great standout scene in the middle of the movie, which is probably my favorite scene in the movie. There's also a overabundance of CGI, more than any other X-Men movie, really. It's just so interfaced with the amount of it. It could have been cut in half and would have been just as effective. Despite the issues I said, this is probably my favorite comic book movie of the year so far until I see Suicide Squad, because I have high hopes for that. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, which probably suck, but you never know. The problems I had are pretty minor in comparison to something like Batman vs. Superman. The only thing completely dragging this movie down for me is Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique, honestly. So her, along with my other issues, probably put this at the lower end of the X-Men movies for me. It's above Deadpool because it has a more clever plot. Otherwise, I like most of the other X-Men movies more, which is a shame because this could have been my favorite X-Men movie. Honestly, if they had changed a few things here and there, tightened some things up, gave Apocalypse more to do. I don't know why this is getting such bad reviews. It's at like 40-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes sucks, but it was a pretty good indicator of being mixed. I don't know why people are just hating on this movie, except for superhero fatigue, which I'm kind of suffering from, but there's still good movies in the genre, so I really don't see the complaints about it too much. I mean, of course I'd like more original movies too, but, you know, take what we can get. Take good movies where you have them, like this one. Also, there's a joke in the movie about how the third movie is the worst in the trilogy after the characters come out of Return of the Jedi. It's kind of, you know, accidentally referring to itself, because this is the worst out of the X-Men First Class trilogy. Also, they talk crap about Return of the Jedi. I love Return of the Jedi. I'll defend that movie to my grave. So on a scale of 1 to 3 claws, I'm going to give this movie 2 claws. Thanks for watching. Watch my other videos. Do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. Bye.